So hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today's video will be a basic tutorial on using Google Maps on Android. So Google Maps is normally pre-installed. You need to open it, click on continue if you have it using for the first time. And this would directly lead me to this home page. As you can see here, there's this blue dot with my location and a beam facing the direction that I am facing. As you can see here, it's moving. As I slide up, it will show me with all of the nearest popular places around me, and as I click on any one of them, it has provided me with various options. As you can see here, there are directions, start, tickets, directory, save, share, post, edit. And as I click on directions, it will directly lead me to a highlighted map from my location to my destination, and I could just follow the dot with the light, and I click on steps, then it will provide me with a certain list of steps. And as I click on the share button, it will provide me with the list of my contacts that I could share it to, or my social sites. And as I click on the save button, I could also save the trip for later. And as you can see here are also all of the suggested places around October Square. And as I come back, this is the time period that it would take me to travel by car. And as I click on the train like icon, this is the time for that, and this is the time that it would take for me to travel by foot. And this is the route. If I click on the three dots, I could see various options, and if I click on the options button at the top right, then I could have a look at other routes. For example, I chose the wheelchair accessible, and as you can see here, it has completely changed the route. I could also add a stop. I could choose a destination, search it up, and then as you can see here, there are two stops now, stop A and stop B. And if I click on the trip, if I could also turn the wheelchair accessible off. And if I click on the search along route, then I could search different places along the route that goes along with the two stops. And I can just see here, and I can apply now, but I could also add this whole route to my home screen. As you can see, it has been added. I could also share this with other people from my contacts or my social sites, and this is about it for that. And now as I come back to only one place, I could also click on the share like option and share it via different social medias, just like this, as you can see here. And as I come back, I could also click on the three dots, and I have different options to add label, add contact, suggest and edit. I could click on the add label, and I could enter a certain label, or like a nickname for a place, just like this. And I could also add this to my contacts. So if I click on as I come back, I could also click on the three dots, and again I could suggest an edit, or I could remove the label, and then coming back I could suggest the edit. And I could, as you can see here, I could suggest the opening time, the add and phone number, add website. And here are the different things that I could edit: the name, the category. There are different list of options for categories. I could also edit the location if it's not so precise, and I could also edit the hours that they would be open, for example, for any restaurants or cafes. And I could also add in any phone numbers. I could also discard the changes, edit the information share. As you can see here, there are different options. You could choose anything that is that aligns with the fact for the place, and just clicking on the submit button at the bottom right would immediately change the information. And now discarding it and coming back, as I scroll down, I also have the download offline map. If I click on that, then it will automatically download the map for me, so that I can use it even when I do not have internet access. And as I click on your visits and maps activities, then it will show me with all of the places I've visited before. And as I scroll down from one place, I could see all of the reviews there, all of the details about the place. I could see the rating for the place. If you have a dilemma between choosing between places, I can always see the ratings. And as you can see here, there are different questions and answers. I could also write a review. I could ask a question that the other people or the local people there might be able to answer. As you can see here, I'm submitting a simple question. There are different posts made by other people. I could always talk to the people around. And now coming back, if I click on one of the reviews, I could also short them, or we must rate them. And if I click on the search like button, I could always search up places. I could also search places through voice. Click on continue and allow the access. So as I speak something, then it will directly lead me to, as I said, restaurants. It will directly lead me to restaurants around me. As you can see here, these are all the different options. And as I click on the directions button, then it will show me with the highlighted map. As you can see here, it's a really easy and accessible way of finding places. And now as I click on the U button, and now if I click on the new list button, then I could always add a new place to the list. I could add the name for the place and then add a little description about it, and I could also make it either private or shared. And as I click on the plus like button, I could always choose it on the map. And as you can see here, I'm choosing a random place for now. So, and as I click on the OK button after choosing it, it is now here. And as I click on the save button, I could also add an emoji by clicking on the emoji like option. And as I click on the save, it is saved. If I click on my favorites, then I could see all of the places that I've added to favorites before. As you can see here, it's nothing for now. If you click on the three dots back, if I click on the invite collaboration, then I could also share this list and invite new people to see my favorite list. And as you can see, it has been shared. And if I click on the edit my favorites, then I could also customize my list order. For now I have nothing, so I can discard it. And if I click, so in order to add it to favorite, let me just go to the explore page and then search a place up. And then as you can see here, this has been the same place that I had been doing before. And now if I click on the add to favorites by clicking on the save to list and then adding it to favorites and saving it, then I could see the list of my favorites. As I see the list of my favorites now, I could see that that place has already been added to my favorites, as you can see here. And I could also add a certain reaction for it, as you can see here. And now as I go back to my favorites, and I could edit the favorites, as you can see here, it's already on the list. If I click on the edit list, then it has already been added on the list. And I could also customize it, you know, the two dashes that show here. And then I could just click on the save button or the discard button. And then if I click on the want to go, then it is all of the places that I have saved earlier. So I could add a place. For example, I have searched the same place again, and then I just added it to the want to go. So this is probably, it's just like a watch later for YouTube. And now as I come back, there are the three dots. I could choose any of the options. And then I have the saved trips. So these are also the saved trips. There are the suggestions around Paktabur Darbar Square. And if I click on any of the options, they are automatically added to the list, as you can see here. And if I click on the labeled, then I could also label some place as a certain thing, as I did before. So if I click on the continue, and if I just click a certain click on the work, and then you could always add a certain location, label certain location as work, as you can see. For now I am just scrolling for, I am choosing a random location to label as work. I'm saving it, and now I have a certain place saved as work. And if I click on the notifications option, then I could manage the notifications. And coming back, if I click on the messages, then it will show me with all of the chats here. And if I click on the contribute here, I could also earn different badges and have different benefits by being a contributor as a user. I could also add certain photos that I have clicked of certain places, as you saw in the review earlier. And as I see here, I need to allow the access to my gallery here now. So as you can see here, I could also review it, rate it, you know, and as I'm just sharing my personal experience here. There are also different options given just below it, and by clicking on the post, I have just posted it and collected some points that could benefit me in the future, as you can see here. And as I scroll down, there are also different other features, such as my views, that about my reviews and all. And as I click on explore again, I can see all of the places, and I could also follow the users here, and I could also send reactions to them. As you can see here, it's just exploring. It has a scrollable nature. If I click on the three dots, I could also share them with other people. And if I click on the send feedback, I could also send a certain feedback. And so if I scroll left and right, I could also have a customized set of places. If I click on the weather like option, I could also see the weather of a particular area. So that was it.